the only thing that people care about right now in the internet is the Jesse Nickelback challenge. This weekend or Monday, if you were going to raise enough financial support, you are going to begin your quest of a week straight, 24 hours a day for 7 straight days, listening to the entire Nickelback catalog on repeat,
on a loop,
while you're sleeping, while you're showering, while you're working, while you're fathering your son. All of the you are going to be listening to Nickelback, and this is a psychological endurance challenge specifically to get support to raise money to build wells through charity water.
Well, it's twofold.
Okay.
So obviously we want to build a well and provide a community somewhere in need with clean water. But the second fold of my twofold thing is to basically be an inspiration to people that like there's no adversity that cannot be overcome. If there's a guy right now, I want someone who's going through a hard time next week to be like, oh, I'm really down and out. Like, life's really got me down. But you know what? Right now, there's a guy who's been listening to Nickelback for days straight. You know, and I just want to lift the confidence of what a human being is even capable of. It's like after I watch, it's the feeling I get after I watch a David Blaine special, and he's been like locked in a block of ice upside down for reasons that were never made clear. All you need to know is that he did it.
Jesse, I don't want to spoil the suspense for you, but I think what you're going to hear is probably a lot of so.
I will say this: my main concerns are the nighttime of what kind of dreams I will have while Nickelback is penetrating into my unconscious.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen. I have set up a page at my.charitywater.org/NB challenge. Where people have been kind enough to not only donate, but leave me messages of encouragement. And I have them from all over the world, including somebody who even said that they feel like there's a darkness to the music and I'm going to need to do some sort of hot yoga cleanse after this. People are concerned for me spiritually, emotionally, and even physically. No one knows what the brain will do when subjected to this type of Nickelback.
Jesse, how does your wife feel about this? Like, is she committed to sleeping in the same bed as you?
Not,
she's going to have to hear some of this as well.
Yeah, and she's not crazy. That's the thing. Right. It's like opposites attract. Let's just put it at that.
Yeah.
You kind of get that the humor in all this. This poor lady that you're married to, what's her take?
Well, at first, she just thought it was weird. It was just a weird idea. But then... and this is a tribute to the listeners because I can't take any credit to this.
Okay.
Then the donations started pouring in.
Yeah.
And as we were recording this, it is the Wednesday before it kicks off. It kicks off on Monday, the 16th through the 22nd. So we're still a couple days out. And the goal right now is to raise $10,000. And as we're recording this, it is over $7,400. Right. So we're almost there. It hasn't even started yet.
Right.
So
right. Last week you were kind of saying, well, if halfway through the week that I actually do it, if we can hit 2,500, dude, you put it up within 3 days. You were past $3,000. I mean.
Yeah, I've been overwhelmed by the care and support. Even though I think some people are deep down hoping I don't do it because they don't want me to die or be comatose or all the other things that the doctors say are likely.
Have you been medically checked before
I have.
you started this challenge?
I have on the Nickelback challenge page at my.charitywater.org/NB challenge. I put on there a couple of things. I have an FAQ.
All right.
Because
the people want to know.
Inundated with questions.
Yeah, they want to know.
Concerned.
Yeah.
First off, why Nickelback? And I'll get to the medical question, Adam, because it's an important one. And I said, basically, it is the ultimate test of human endurance. We have people who can run hundreds of miles.
Yeah.
We have people that can competitively eat, pounds of hot dog.
Right.
I think this is the next logical step, and to see just what the body and mind are capable of.
People have tested their body limits. They've tested, I guess, their digestive limits. You're testing mental limits.
Yeah, exactly.
And emotional limits, really.
Yeah, and who knows what other results, who knows what other layers of the human psyche are going to be exposed here. The other one, so Adam, you mentioned the doctors. I have. all of them are against this.
All of them.
Every one of them. They said this meeting never happened. They don't want to be held liable. It's as simple as that. It's an Obamacare thing. They said this meeting happened. If you
they
do
could
it,
lose
we're
their
liable.
Medicare rebates.
It never happened.
They could lose what?
Their Medicare rebates. This is what they were talking about when they talked about death panels, Jesse.
Yeah, this exactly. Look at what Obamacare has brought us. I can't even get medical treatment, even though I do have an unlicensed medic standing by. Don't ask me how I found him. It involved a Craigslist ad. It involved with the subject line "unlicensed medical assistant needed" involves Nickelback. I had 3 responses, 2 of them very uncomfortable.
Now, Jesse, on the medical standpoint, there are a couple of interesting, and I only know this from people who have attempted much smaller feats in the past.
Obviously.
Of Nickelback.
Like the guy who jumped out of the space for Red Bull, that guy?
Right. Well, he listened to Nickelback just on the way down.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
Right. Okay. And so there are a couple of medical side effects you can anticipate. During this,
I'm
during
jotting
this
this down. Sven, my medical assistant, is listening nearby.
Yeah, within 24 hours of beginning, a very faint but definite and noticeable barbed wire tattoo will begin to appear around your left bicep.
It's the Nickelback version of stigmata.
That's right. Within 36 hours, any beverage you consume will taste like natural ice.
Natty Ice.
That's right. And that's as far as anyone has made it.
Right.
So
That's true.
Well, let me ask you this. Are those side effects reversible?
I mean, it's one of those things that, like, the taste of the natty ice is kind of like, isn't there a thing like when you're having a stroke or something, like you get a certain metallic-y tasting.
Yeah.
So that's the thing.
Right.
Once you start tasting the natty ice, you know you've crossed a threshold no other human has actually yet crossed. Like, that's the line. So we don't know what's after that. You're going to have to report back.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be, honestly, what I'm thinking is, because, I mean, we're talking that's happening Tuesday, day 2, and we'll be recording a podcast, which I'm afraid to say for everyone listening, Nickelback's going to be playing in the background unless Nickelback on the one that's in 2s can figure out some handy editing.
Nickelback will be playing in a headphone in your right ear, and the podcast will be in a headphone in your left ear.
And I carry around an all-time Nickelback filter that I plug into anything so that it automatically deducts. It just takes it completely out of the mix. So don't even worry about it. Just takes the tone out.
Yeah.
Well, either way, what I'm expecting will happen by the time I reach Tuesday when I cross that threshold will be what happened when Matthew McConaughey crossed the event horizon in Interstellar, spoiler alert, where he went past the limit that man has known on the black hole, and I will be in a tesseract. I will be pulling strings for the past and the future simultaneously.
But it'll just be shelf after shelf of Nickelback albums.
Yeah, no. I'm trying to send signals to myself in the past of don't go through with this. A younger version of myself. Okay, so we covered the physical, we've covered the metaphysical.
Right.
The important other note that I've addressed on FAQ, what are the legal ramifications here? Because after doing some research, I'm understanding that most jurisdictions, at least in this country, Adam, they might go up to 5 songs there, but most jurisdictions here they frown on more than 4 consecutive Nickelback songs at any time.
Yeah.
It's just not good for the social foundation. So they begin to crumble. So I do have several lawyers, on retainer, just in case some hotshot prosecutor wants to step in here. So I think all the bases are covered at this point. All I need now is for listeners to finish the $2,500 I still need.
Jesse, I'm telling you, by the time this podcast goes up on the 13th, you're past 10,000.
I hope so. And if it does pass 10,000, I want to see how much we can get. Because I've heard that $10,000 is going to do a lot of good for Charity Water.
Yeah,
I don't think you need to worry about the legal ramifications so much as the fact that you are blatantly breaking the social contracts that all humans have with one another.